Rationality versus spirituality. A complex tapestry. The interplay between rationality and spirituality has long been a subject of philosophical and theological debate. Rationality, rooted in logic, evidence, and critical thinking, seeks to understand the world through reason, akal. Spirituality, on the other hand, often delves into the realm of the unseen, hak, the transcendent, and the subjective. While these two perspectives may seem inherently opposed, a growing body of thought suggests that they can coexist and even complement one another. The following explores the tension and potential synergy between rationality and spirituality, examining how they can be integrated into a holistic worldview. By analyzing various philosophical, psychological, and religious perspectives, we will delve into the ways in which these two fundamental aspects of human experience can enrich and inform each other. Ultimately, we must harness the thought that rationality and spirituality can be seen as two sides of the same coin, both essential to a full and meaningful human life. Hayat ad-Dunya. Role of rationality. Rationality is our tool to make sense of the world. Through logic, reason, and observation, we build explanations and predictions. Rationality serves us well in the physical domain. It's how we interpret the cause and effect of events, and it's our guide to understanding the how and what of life. But there are limits to rationality. When we encounter deep injustices, senseless tragedies, or inexplicable suffering, rationality can leave us feeling helpless. Logic may tell us that suffering is inevitable or that evil exists as part of free will, but these answers rarely satisfy the heart. Kalb. In such moments we can feel torn. Rationality wants to make sense of everything, yet some things remain a mystery, making us question. Is there more to understanding than just logic and reason? Purpose of spirituality. Spirituality, on the other hand, goes beyond the tangible world. Where rationality seeks facts, spirituality seeks meaning. It provides an anchor, a sense that life, despite its darkness, has purpose, ascension. Spirituality teaches us to connect to something greater than ourselves, something that transcends our limited view of right and wrong. When things don't make sense, spirituality reminds us of a larger, divine plan. It calls us to trust in Allah's wisdom, al-Hakim, even when we cannot see it. As the Quran says, perhaps you dislike something, but Allah places much good in it. Quran 4:19. This perspective allows us to find patience, sabr, and strength even in the most challenging times. Spirituality tells us that the visible is not the whole story. It urges us to embrace concepts like trust, tawakkul, resilience, sabr, and hope, raja, qualities that rationality may deem irrational because they are not based on proof but on faith. Navigating darkness. Balance mizan. When facing dark times, how do we balance rationality and spirituality? Rationality provides the tools to understand what we can control. It is our means to address injustice, to take action, and to make moral choices. It's important to use rationality to respond to evil and suffering in practical ways, to support those in need, to seek justice, adl, and to advocate for change, saleh. But when rationality reaches its limits, spirituality steps in. Spirituality reminds us that we are not alone in our confusion. We are invited to submit to Allah's greater plan, understanding that His wisdom is beyond our comprehension. He is the Al-Alam, all-knowing, Al-Hakim, all-wise, Al-Wakil, doer of all affairs. In such moments, spirituality can prevent despair by offering a view of life as a test, ibtila, a stepping stone in our journey to a higher purpose, ascension. As the Prophet Muhammad taught, "Wondrous is the affair of the believer, for there is good in every matter of his." And this is not the case with anyone except the believer. If he is happy, then he thanks Allah, and there is good for him. And if he is harmed, then he shows patience, and there is good for him. Sahih Muslim 2999. Finding peace in both realms. Salam. In times of confusion or when we encounter uncertainty, we can turn to spirituality to keep us anchored, while using rationality to address what is within our power. The Quran encourages us to consult our intellect, akal, but also to place your trust in Allah, tawakkul. In this way both aspects become part of a complete and balanced mizan, approach to life. When we feel overwhelmed by the darkness, we can remember that light exists in both the heart and mind. Rationality can guide our actions, saleh, while spirituality offers peace, salam, even in the unknown and uncertainty. In moments that defy sense, we may not get all the answers, but we are granted the opportunity to strengthen our faith, to endure, sabr, and gain the wisdom, hikmah, to understand that every trial holds purpose, ascension. The Quran acknowledges both paths, zawj, urging us to use our intellect, aql, to seek knowledge and understanding while also guiding our heart, qalb, toward a higher truth, haqq. In fact, the Quran presents a unique framework where rationality and spirituality converge. This framework isn't abstract. It's built upon fundamental principles that guide our lives toward harmony and fulfillment. This brings us to what I like to call the Quran doctrine. 10 fundamental concepts, core principles. The Quran doctrine, 10 fundamental concepts, core principles that shapes the mindset of a true believer, mu'min. This doctrine cultivates mindfulness of Allah as described in Surah 2 verse 2, muttaqin, guiding a person to live with consciousness and purpose. It also molds the believer's character, inspiring them to embody an outstanding moral character, khuluqin azim, which is the essence of a life rooted in righteousness and ethical excellence. The Quran doctrine, 10 fundamental concepts, a core principles lesson that's part of our upcoming Basira method course curriculum. Subscribe now to stay updated on future Quranic conceptual lessons that dive deep into meaning and application. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to embarking on this journey with you. Have a wonderful day. Masalam.